Alright, I'm your host, Amir. Co-host.
I'm co-host Gaurav.
Alright, welcome to another episode number 11.
It's number 11.
That's right, buddy. Last time it was episode number 10.
Yeah, we're double digits officially.
Double digits. 11. Maybe it's supposed to be lucky.
I don't know.
I guess you make a lot of your own luck these days, eh?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Listen, what did you do? It's Thursday. We should start this podcast by talking about what we did this week and what's going on in the coming
What
week.
we did this week.
So, what did we do this last week that we could talk about? I don't remember if it comes.
I don't remember anything that happened this week.
Does that mean that you're just too tired to put the effort in to remember, or you don't remember what happened?
It was just a blur.
Yeah, you graduated 4 years too late.
That was yesterday.
What does that mean?
That was yesterday.
So if anybody's seen our Instagram post, Gaurav just graduated from university, officially. Walked across the stage.
Yeah, I could have graduated 2 years ago, but I decided not to submit my graduation form. So I decided to do it today.
No, you didn't decide not to submit your graduation form. You still had classes to finish.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do them. I realized 2 years later, I realized that I didn't want to do these classes.
Because if you would have done those classes, you were aiming for a business and economic and finance degree.
Yes.
But then you settled with the economic degree.
Yes.
That was the details.
The details. No, let's get deeper into the details. I did all my finance classes. The only 2 classes I had left were accounting classes. So they're useless for me. My degree was finance economics. They should just give me the finance degree.
They just give you the finance degree?
They should just give me the finance degree.
Do you just have economics right now?
I just have economics.
Do you have a degree?
Yeah, I do.
But you got C's though.
My GPA is above 3. That's not a C.
That's not bad. That's not great. Not bad.
You're acting like you're an A student.
Definitely not. Pretty close to though. B plus. I'm like 3.2, 3.25. Okay, tell me more about what happened this week.
What happened this week? Let's go back to Monday. What happened on Monday? Oh, I sold lots of wine on Monday.
What do you mean? You were in Kelowna.
Yeah, I sold lots of wine on Monday.
You were in Kelowna? Where were you?
Let's start on Saturday.
Go ahead.
So Saturday, I was supposed to go to a wine festival.
Yeah.
In Kamloops. And I loaded up my truck. I had about 10 cases in my truck of wine. I had a couple of strawberries I was going to give to people at the festival. Just to attract people to my
few
booth.
boxes of strawberries, freshly picked.
Yes. And halfway there, in the middle of... Between Hope and Merritt. It's called Falls Lake, exit 221.
Yeah.
My truck broke down. So... I was driving, my RPM was going higher, but my speedometer wasn't going higher. I was going up these hills, and just wasn't doing anything. So I was 2,000 meters from exit 221, and I made it, going 40 kilometers an hour on the right lane. I hopped into exit 221, the rest stop. I was like, oh shit, here we go. This is the start of something different.
Why? Your truck was officially broken down at that point, right?
It was officially broken down. I opened the hood, it was steaming. There was fluid everywhere.
You know what the best part is? Before you left,
yeah.
I didn't know you were going. Dad's like, did you check the oil? You're like, no. Did you check the tires? No. Did you get a service? No.
He checked.
And then he said, I know, but he asked you. He said to you, if it breaks down, don't be saying, Dad, Dad, Dad.
He did.
And you know what you did?
I know he said
you called
that.
Dad.
He said that.
You know what you did? You called Dad.
I waited 10 minutes for calling Dad because of that. Like, I didn't want to do it.
Well, you didn't.
I didn't want to do
you
it.
You didn't.
I didn't want to do
That's
it.
exactly. That's big told you so.
Yeah, anyways, long story short, the hose came off, like whatever, the radiator hose came off. The hard part was the clamp was a stupid clamp. It was like the one you squeeze and put on, but you can't really do it with your hands because it's too difficult to do with your hands. So what I did was like, I used my jack, you know the piece of jack, like the rods the rods you put together. I put that on like the end. Like this.
Oh, sure.
And then I took a screwdriver that I had and I squeezed the clamp together and I got the hose on.
That's pretty good.
It was MacGyver style.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it got on.
Anyways, what was this festival
about? Wait. The story still continue. I went to the next rest stop because my radiator thing was empty. There was no water coolant. So I went to the rest stop. I had water bottles. So I was going in and out of the rest stop getting water bottles, filling up my radiator hose. This old guy walks in. First I was asking for a wrench because I still hadn't put the thing on properly, right? So, or pliers, and I asked like a bunch of people. No one gave me pliers, and then I saw this old guy. He had a handicap thing on. He's probably like at least 90 years old. Couldn't walk. I walked up. Can I? Do you have pliers that I can use? He's like, yeah. He stops his truck, pulls out his toolbox, takes him probably 2 minutes to walk from his truck to my truck, holding his toolbox. He's like, here you go. And then I used his tools to fix my thing more. And then, okay, he left, but then I was still filling up water in my thing. Another old guy shows up. He's like, here, I have a 3-liter jug of water. You can take it.
Uh-huh.
And he gave me that 3-liter jug.
You and old guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
And then I filled up my radiator, right?
Yeah.
And then I gave him strawberries. I gave him a basket of strawberries in return.
Sure.
And then he's like, okay, you go ahead. If your truck breaks down again, I'll be behind you. And sure enough,
truck breaks down.
I went going, and the truck broke down, and this guy was there again.
No way.
I swear to God, he was there.
Second time.
The second time he was there.
This guy's an angel, dude.
He's pretty much an angel.
He saved your life.
He's pretty much dead.
Did you make it there on time?
No.
That's the best part. You didn't make it there in time, so what happened? The whole thing was ruined?
Not really, no. I got time off.
You literally just took a vacation.
A couple-day vacation.
Holy shit.
Well,
this guy's taking a vacation slacking.
Long story short, on Monday I visited 4 liquor stores. I got into 4 stores in Kamloops.
That's pretty good. You got into every single store?
Yeah.
That's excellent.
There's still 2 stores that have to send me a credit application, but I'm waiting on that. So
that's really good.
That, yeah.
I picked strawberries, and I picked more strawberries, and I picked more strawberries, and I'm still picking strawberries.
That's great.
So now we're planting sunflowers.
What?
We finished planting the pumpkins. We're picking more strawberries tomorrow, depending on the weather. Strawberries are essentially sold out all the time. Tomorrow I have extra strawberries and they're sold out. Jacob hired a driver, Caden.
Yeah.
You know him? He's doing a great job.
Yeah, surfer guy.
Surfer guy. Yeah, he came from Hawaii and he has that little necklace that hangs around his neck.
Yeah.
That holds his phone. First time I saw him, I'm like, what the heck is that, right? But it's like this orange satch thing that's like that's for surfers. They have it around the neck. That's how they hold their phones because it's a waterproof case. And then we just hired another guy. His name is Simran. And
I didn't know he was a surfer guy. I just said like it looked like a surfer guy.
Well, he is.
Okay.
He was in Hawaii before this. He travels a lot. And then another guy we just hired. His name is Simran. And Jacob hired both of them.
Very good.
We hired both of them. And then Caden did the on-the-job training. Buddy, I did nothing.
That's really
good. Okay, Jacob is proving himself to be a valuable employee.
That's good.
It's been very helpful. Minimum wage went up to $13.85.
That was nice.
That's crazy. That happened on June 1st.
It happened June 1st.
Frickin' hell,
When was June
man.
1st?
That's ridiculous.
June 1st was Saturday.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's 13.85. You can't do anything about it.
I know you can't do anything about it.
You have to
It's
raise
never
it
going to come down.
unless the economy crashes.
Well, what do you think happens?
It's not gonna happen, but it'll just go down.
Do you think it will?
Yeah. I don't know how it works. I was in Cape Town. The minimum wage was $1 per day.
$1 a day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think you're a good operator?
What's the definition of operator?
I think being an operator means that someone who's able to manage the functions of a business towards the objective at hand in an efficient and effective manner. So essentially, are you a good manager? Are you a good leader? Are you a good doer? An executor? To put pieces of the puzzle together to accomplish the goal. That's essentially what like Gary Vee is, Mark Cuban is, or like anybody that you think is influential, or any CEO locally here that has grown a business and is still growing a business to larger than X amount than it was last year. 10%, 15%, 25%, 40%, whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think what's going on with myself is that there's so many things going on, is that I focus on 1, 2, and 3, and then those things, they're becoming limbo because there's already 5, 6, 7 going on.
What does that mean?
Well, for me, my business is sales driven. The winery is sales driven, right? So in my head, like I'm still wrapping myself around it, in my head a sale is a sale, but the logistics of the product getting from the winery to the liquor store is also part of the sale.
Of course.
Right?
It's not finished.
But my where I have fun is doing the sale. Right?
It's not even finished there. It's finished after that person drinks it.
100%. 100%. Right? So I am forward driven where I should be end driven. But then I'm end driven when I should be forward driven.
Explain that.
So the product is moving to the liquor store, now it's sitting there. Now I'm good at moving it from the liquor store to the customer because I can do wine tastings. And then, but the beginning is making the product. I'm good at making the product, but it takes too long at the moment. And then when I make the sale, the hardest part for me is making the sale and then getting the product to the store. So that's the biggest issue for me right now.
Why is that difficult? That's like the easiest thing ever.
Not necessarily.
Making the sale, moving the product from here to the store. The sale's done. All you need to do is pick up the product and move it there.
It's not that simple.
What's the difficulties that you're seeing there?
There's multiple different locations the product has to go to.
Provide me the obstacles.
The obstacles?
Yes.
Okay, so right now we're shipping to the island. We have a pallet of boxes, which is about 25 boxes on a pallet that we ship to the island. They're 9 or 8 separate orders. They're all going to different locations, right? Every single bottle in there's 25 bottles, 25 cases, 25 times 12 is like 300, roughly 300
bottles,
right? So every single bottle had to be bubble wrapped.
Why?
Because we don't have any shipping distribution set up yet.
So why does it have to be bubble wrapped?
Because it's going with Loomis. They don't care if it makes it properly or not.
Why can't you take a driver to send it there and drop it off?
Because they're all going to different locations.
Why can't
you gonna send someone in Nanaimo? Or Victoria?
Why? How much does it cost the other ways to use Loomis?
Loomis is like $15-20 a box.
But you have 25 boxes going.
Yeah, but they're all different locations.
$25?
Yes, per box.
So let's just say it's $20. Okay.
Yes.
Times how many boxes you said?
25.
That's $500.
Yes.
How much time would it take for someone to go drop it off all the different locations? A full day?
First of all, there's
12 hours?
They're going to Kamloops. The two orders are going to Kamloops.
You said the island.
Island and Kamloops.
Yeah.
I'd say 4 or 5 orders are going to Nanaimo.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 orders are going to Victoria.
Uh-huh.
So the distance between Victoria and Nanaimo is 2 hours.
Yeah.
Also the travel time between the stores in Victoria and Nanaimo, that's probably another 2 hours. So looking at 6 hours there. Driving to Kamloops and back, that's 6 hours right there.
You need a holding location in both areas, and you need a part-time employee that goes and delivers in those specific areas. That's what people do.
No.
Why not?
They use Container World or they use different shipping companies.
But you're not there. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you're not there yet, essentially what you could do is rent out like a storage locker or something.
Yes.
Have a part-time employee. All they do is 8 hours, every Sunday or every Saturday, is just deliver. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but it's not practical for this situation.
Why not?
Because the orders don't come in all at once like they do strawberries.
No, exactly. So they don't come all at once. They can compile.
Yeah.
And they can even every 2 weeks, you can have one person go.
Then your customer's waiting.
If you have an employee in any one of those locations, and even if they have a garage or they have, if you have a storage locker somewhere and it costs $25 a month or $40 a month or even $100 a month, you can store it there. And even Sabrina, if she's in the UVic, or if someone else is going to UVic that we know, because I know there's girls that are going to UVic. Helen is one of them. I don't know if you remember Helen.
No.
She's the one that used to go to farmers markets.
I have no idea.
With Mina. She told me that she goes to UVic. So UVic is on the island. She could work every Friday because you want it there for the weekend, or every Thursday you want it there for the weekend, and pay her $20 or $15 an hour. Do 6 hours, and your product is literally moving from there to there. And but it's just sitting there, you know. But it depends if you have it ready to go. That's just one option that I'm creating in my brain, because I understand what you're doing is you're trying to explore different areas, territories to get your wine into. But then the logistics behind it is that your wine is currently stored in Abbotsford. So how do you get it from there to there? It's the same thing like distribution in Washington. How would you go, and if you got orders in Washington and like Bellingham right now, you wouldn't obviously store your wine in Abbotsford. You store it all across the border, so it's already a U.S. product.
Obviously. And
then the orders are just going from U.S. to U.S. It's not going from Canada to U.S.
Yes.
So same thing. So if you think from that perspective, you just get it close enough to where you have a bulk location placed, and then you get it delivered. But okay, then how does Container World work? If that situation.
Basically, all Container World does is they come here with the truck. They pick up 4 or 5 pallets.
Yeah.
Take them to the warehouse. They charge like 45 cents per case per month.
Yeah.
For warehouse fees, which is like a tiny amount.
How many cases on a pallet?
60.
Okay, yeah.
So one pallet, 60 times 4, that's like $24 a month.
It's $27 in a month.
Yes. So then they charge, depending on the location. Because Container World's in Vancouver, if you're shipping to a Vancouver store, $7 a case, right? Versus now it's $25 a case because I'm using that parcel. No, sorry, number 8 freight. Because
does it just go like right away?
Goes right away, same day. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So right there, if I was doing the warehouse, I'd be saving $18 per case that I shipped.
That makes so much more sense. Why don't you do that? Then you don't have to manage employees or have to figure out any storage road.
Of course. We need to get every product labeled.
Well, now you have another problem that your product isn't labeled.
No, it's not labeled.
The wine doesn't have labels on it.
No.
I understand.
Yes. So the wine has to be labeled. It takes probably, I would say, 2 minutes to label one case. I'm having one employee who's working in the taste room label everything as they're selling stuff in the taste room. But every day we're getting orders. So for instance, for the blackberry wine, he labeled probably a pallet of wine. All the pallets gone, even though he's labeled it. So now you have to catch up on that. Yeah, Raghav. So this is a very micro issue, but you have to get all the bottles labeled to send to the warehouse, and then you have to have extra product here labeled so you can sell in the store.
I understand.
Yes. It's just time. That's all it is, but it needs to be done properly.
So you don't have people who's able to bottle or label?
No, I do have people label.
I understand.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting on that to happen?
Yes.
So your problem has a solution. You're just waiting on it for the solution to transpire, to occur.
Exactly.
I understand. That's not a big deal.
Yes.
So my question was, do you think you're a good operator?
Obviously, being a good operator means you're meeting objectives. I think I'm meeting my objectives.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
You can't be that hard on yourself.
No.
That's pretty good.
Yes. Are you a good operator?
Hell yeah.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I like to think that I am.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm better than I was yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Every day I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning to let go. I think that's been really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Not caring so much about what everybody else is doing in regards to the business has been extremely helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Just not giving a shit. Like,
yeah.
Okay, obviously you have to care, and you care enough to make sure that that person is not making mistakes. But like my main perspective is, if that person is trying something new or doing something, and didn't take the time to let me or someone else know, then that person should be confident enough to do their job, and I don't need to step in. And even if I just know that a person's doing it, it's fine. And maybe it's a bit annoying because obviously someone else is operating that portion which you used to do before, right? But it means that now you're freeing up space to do other things. I don't know. Past 2 or 3 years, I think that has always been my end goal, is to do more of what I like to do and do less of what I don't want to do, so I can have the possibility of scaling my side of the business, one, and then part two, so that I can do different things or venture off and do different things, because I always have ideas of new businesses and new things that I want to do that sometimes don't relate to my day-to-day job at Man Farms. So like for one of them that's been with, like, I've talked to Dad about it, and like those realtors came last year, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
From Vancouver.
Yeah.
There was like 3 realtors.
Yeah.
And like and then we asked for retail locations within downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
That were high traffic, and then they never came back with like downtown. They provided like Burnaby and like kind of off Burrard. Like I want like Robson, like Pacific Center, like something like that.
Yeah.
So one thing that I've always been interested in is creating a store which is just featured for strawberries, like strawberry the commodity. So people, who go to purchase Menchie's is like a fruit yogurt store, or like just anything has a sole product. So like Dairy Queen is all about ice cream, Menchie's is all about frozen yogurt. Even flower shops sell just flowers, but they do a really good job on it, right? So people who are gonna go purchase flowers for Valentine's Day, they don't go to Save on Foods on Safeway, but majority of the people that go purchase is from like a flower store, or the purchase specific types of flowers because they're from a flower store because they do a better job or they provide a better product, right? So when people want to buy strawberries, or want to get a strawberry dessert, or want to have something related to strawberries, I want them to go to a store like that, because I don't think there is anything that provides that. And I think strawberries is a sexy product because it's red, it's aromatic, and it's delicate. 2, it tastes great, everybody enjoys it, right? A to Z, like kids to adults enjoy it, right? And 3, it's hard to grow, it's hard to manage, so not everybody can do it. So that I think provides the ability to venture off into a new idea that it's like a company that's just featured around strawberries. So like I heard of one company called like Mango Yum Yum, and it's a company in Richmond Night Market. I think they also have stores as well that create mango oriented desserts and smoothies, milkshakes and sundaes, and just different things that you eat. I think they're more, it's like aesthetically pleasing. It's Instagram food, and it's more like just, I don't know how you would explain it. It's like parfaits. Like they have layered cups of mangoes with like cream and like ice cream and stuff, and that's kind of cool, right? But like that does well, and like it does well at Richmond Night Market. I'm sure it would do well if it's located, it has the correct spot in like downtown Richmond or downtown Vancouver. The reason why I say downtown Richmond is because the Asian community is hella into strawberries.
Yeah.
Big time. So like a store like that, or like even if it was had ice cream, it had strawberry gift basket, strawberry pies, strawberry wine, all of that, A to Z, would do really, really well. But I guess just, it takes a lot of time.
Why?
So like, sorry.
Why do you want to specifically do downtown? Why don't you try it somewhere else? Why don't you do like a pop-up shop?
Where?
You know how they do pop-up shops?
Hell no.
Like High Street, they do pop-up shops. Like they have a little pop-up shop.
No, I don't want any of that shit. I want it to be a big event of it launching, so that it's a success off the bat. And that can't be done, I don't think so, via pop-up shop. Like the publicity and the location and the time and effort it takes in regards to the marketing, because like that's pretty much the number one thing, is the marketing, to get the word out of what it is and how the product is and what it provides for people. It's probably the biggest hurdle in creating this new venture would be to do that, right? So like, why would I want that to be a pop-up? That's like silly.
Well, it's the easy way
to test the idea.
Yeah,
but like, what am I testing?
To see if people respond properly to it.
I think that it's gonna take a hell of research and like planning. So like, one would be like, how would I source the strawberries all year, right? If I'm not gonna source the strawberries all year, what am I gonna do, right? So if I am gonna source the strawberries all year, where the hell am I gonna get them from? Okay. 2, what products am I gonna offer? What's gonna be my staple product I'm gonna push, right? 3, how am I gonna train and educate a staff and create culture, which is like Domino's, where they sing that song before they start their shift. I don't know if you guys know about that. They sing Domino's sings a song. You don't know
before they start a shift?
Yeah, they start a shift, they sing a song. Domino's does. Every single Domino's.
That's just Cold Stone, no?
No, it's culture, buddy. Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying. You're taking a product, you're trying to make it sexy. You want it downtown somewhere so it has high traffic, so you can blow it up and everybody hears about it at the same time.
Yeah, so that's why I think that I'm becoming a better operator, because I'm learning these different things as the years go on, and as the months go on, and as I see the business grow.
Your ideal situation of being a good operator is so you can do what you like to do while everything else is being handled.
I don't know if it's me doing what I like to do. I would say my ideal situation of being a good operator is me having the ability to scale the business to the point where I'm doing my strengths and what I'm good at, whereas things which I'm not good at, I'm able to hire employees who are better than me at it.
My life revolves around sales. All I think about is sales all day, all night.
What does that mean?
We're at 650 bottles, 630 bottles sold for the month of June. I think it's 640 now.
What was it last year?
In the first 5 days, it's probably half that.
How?
What do you mean how?
What do you mean? I don't understand. Oh, because it's only the first 5 days.
It says June 1st to June 8th, 630 bottles sold.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I don't know why there's 2017 numbers. In 2017 June, we sold 955 bottles for the whole month.
It says right there, wine goal, sale goal for 2018.
Yes, 24. That's 2018. 2019 is 24,000.
It says 2018 on the left on right, doesn't it?
On the left is 2019. It doesn't matter. For my sales, I compare month to month.
I understand.
So right now, for the month of June, is June 6th today. I think we sold 640 bottles, which if you average it out over the month, it's like 3,600 bottles.
Is that's pretty high.
The most we ever sold in 1 month was 3,122, which was last December.
That's really high, isn't it?
So it's really good.
Why is it so high?
Right now it's high because we got our blackberry wine back in stock. So we bottled like six and 3/4 pallets, so 1 pallet sold.
So you got your blackberry stock. So what happened? People came and started buying it from the store, or you started selling it to liquor stores?
No, I had back orders from liquor stores.
So you just filling those back orders?
So filling the back orders.
I understand.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot more back orders to fill?
No, I'm pretty much tapped out now.
Now what are you gonna do with blackberry wine?
Now it's gonna sell on its own. The back orders are gonna produce more orders because blackberry is a bestseller.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I didn't know blackberry was the #1 seller, right?
Yeah, I don't know either.
So after taking that knowledge of what you and Gurleen said that one time, it's like, oh, black people love blackberry. It's like a cult following or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you figured that out over the years in regards to having different varieties and offering it to consumers.
Yeah.
So what my thought process is in regards to marketing is that we've always done marketing based off of like, we're in a state winery, come buy our wine. This is how we make our wine, come buy our wine. This is person who makes the wine, come buy our wine. But how I've seen successful marketing campaigns run on Instagram and Facebook has been that they focus their specific marketing efforts, like in a winery has, on a specific type of product that they offer. Like for our farming, we focus on our strawberries, right? We don't focus on the crepes. We don't focus on the samosas. We focus everything on the strawberries. People come in and buy strawberries. Hopefully they go and do U-Pick.
Sure.
Hopefully they buy wine, whatever it is, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's the same thing that I'm thinking for wine marketing is that there's a focus more. There's a large campaign on that blackberry wine because it has such a good strength to it.
Yes.
There's already engagement after people see those posts. They'll relate to it because they already love it. Yes. So just like Gary Vee did when he launched Empathy Wines, he offered off that rosé was his first one, and that's pretty much what he pushed for the first, I think, 6 or 8 months. And the reason why, my perspective why he did that is because 1, rosé is different. 2, rosé, the bottle is sexy, is different. And then number 3 is that it just offers like a new product in the marketplace that nobody else has. Rosé, like who does rosé? Very little companies do it, or they do it well. A lot of people focus on the reds or on the whites, something completely different. And he put Empathy Wines in play because of that rosé. Now he's offering the white, right? So if all marketing efforts for wine were to be played onto blackberry, it would be our best interest because people already love blackberry wine. So meaning the consensus appreciates the wine that we produce. So more people try the blackberry wine, more people try it and enjoy it, more likelihood that they'll try different varieties that we offer. That's my thought process behind it. That takes time to develop. That's my genius right there. Next topic.
So basically, if you take that blackberry wine and you market it, you have to have different channels to market it in. Obviously, it's Instagram, right? Facebook. Sure, you can do Snapchat. Sure, there's word of mouth. Sure, there's wine tastings. How do you develop the buzzword content to do all that. You just go take a picture of blackberry wine. Oh, we have it in stock. Do this, do that. What do you do? What do you do if you really want to push the blackberry wine?
You do everything.
What's everything? What does that mean? Everything.
Any idea you have, you try it and you see what sticks. That's it. I know that based off of Man Farm's insights, the pictures that photos that work well for us is that people that we tell a story about. Number 2, it's our goats, and number 3, it's like fresh ideas, so like Snow White or like the Haunted Gourmets or anything like that. That's fresh and festive and eventful. So those things does work. So right away, I know that people who have worked here inside the winery would be a good way for us to get the word out about blackberry and why they appreciate it. Or the liquor stores. Just focusing anything on people would be a great content angle. And that's just like one way, right? But then also influencers, because then influencers can tell the story, and I can contact influencers and say, hey, listen, here's a case of blackberry wine. It's for you and to give away for your followers. I want you to tell a story about yourself that is meaningful, and maybe the first time you tried wine, or it's funny, or it's impactful, or it's, I don't know, anything that has to do with something that people can relate, but it has around people. So something that people appreciate that follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So that's like the number one thing, but it just has to do with being creative. It's creativity. And it's never like, oh, there's no right or wrong answer. It's trying and seeing what engages well with consumers. But based off our insights, the categories that work is like what I stated. There's more categories. I have a list downstairs. People who work inside the marketing see that list. And they're like, oh, what should I do? Look at the list.
So what if I took one marketing person and spent 2 days, say, altogether, say 16 hours, focused specifically on blackberries to get pictures, videos, and content for blackberries, and then I released that over 2 months?
Doesn't work like that.
Why doesn't it work like that?
What are you gonna do in 8 hours?
What are you gonna do in 8 hours? First of all, I guess, okay, first we need 1 day, 1 or 2 days for planning, what to do, how to do it, and then another 2 days for doing what you want to do.
Yes, but I think it's much better if you do spread it out over 2 weeks and do 2 hours a day, for like 5 days a week. So it's 20 hours, and you do content every 2 hours. Just don't focus on blackberries, because then you'll have time to look at your content, post it, and see how it's doing. If you go and do like, oh, I like these 4 ideas, and spend 20 hours on it and just do it without getting any feedback, you don't know what's going on. You need that feedback loop of posting it and seeing what's happening, and then you move your direction. You have to have the ability to pivot a bit, flexibility, because who knows if the ideas you think are right. I don't know if my ideas are right. I just know what the feedback is. It's a marketplace. Marketplace is the marketplace. Whatever they're willing to buy into based off of their engagement is the ones that we're willing to sell. Right?
Right.
That's it. So I think that it's a great idea to have that planning session. It's a great idea to spend 20 hours, but I don't think that it's good to spend it over 2 weeks, because I feel like
over 2 days.
Sorry, over 2 days, because I feel like you'll be stuck in your own head, and you'll be stuck in doing whatever you think is best. But it's do what you think is best, but don't spend more time on creating a finalized item. Send out a draft and see if that draft is in the right direction, and if it is, then finalize that or broaden that direction into different angles. That's my idea of marketing. Of anything, it's just like do it and see what works. Like for example, today it was like, oh, what if we put a video as a cover photo? So I was like, I don't know, do it. We'll see what happens. So she posted it, and we'll see what happens. She's like, oh, I don't like the logo that we have for Mad Farms in our top corner of Facebook. I was like, okay, then change it. She's like, okay, can I get a picture of you holding dirt? She's like, can we do it tomorrow? I was like, why can't we do it now? She's like, okay, let's go. So we do a picture of strawberries holding, me holding dirt with strawberries over top of it, and this is the picture right here. She posted it already. So now, we can. I don't think that it's great because she never included the Mad Farms logo, but I think it's a beautiful photo. right? So it's done well, and
Nice picture.
yeah, it works well. But we need to have the Man Farms logo on it. The words are great: planting, harvesting, sharing, and it's good for right now. But later on, this stuff's gonna change. People aren't care about strawberries in freaking October when it's pumpkin time. You know what I mean?
For me, it would be to make the winery events oriented. To have specific events for the winery, specific times of year, so people show up and they know the winery. Specific right people come here and know the winery, or that could mean that we do tours every 2 days, 2 days a week. That just tour the winery, and give them something of value. Whether that's sitting down, having like a long table in the middle of the production area, and me going through the wines, having them sit down and talk about the wines with like beautiful glasses and like pairings. So now they can come in and experience the wine, and they want to tell people about the winery, about the business, and about the wine to others. That would be ideal situation. Then if that's done, the revenue hopefully gets to the point where you can open up another shop somewhere else, another winery somewhere else.
So
Or
exploring that idea, how do you think that that's revenue positive? I think that it's brand positive, hella.
yeah.
But how do you think it's revenue positive?
Well, it depends on how much you charge and how many people you get in and how fast you get them out.
Maybe you could have 30 people here, okay?
30. Let's say we have 30 people here twice a day. You do a tour, 11.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
This is a production facility, so like you need to produce.
No,
let's just say.
forget this perfect world. Come on, perfect world. So 1 p.m. we do one tour, and then 3 p.m. we do another tour.
Sure.
Okay, let's say 3:30 because you do a 2-hour tour. 3:30 and then 5:30 is the end of that tour. So you charge them 30 people. Say you charge them $30. How much? Maybe $50 for a tour, and maybe that includes a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And 10% off a case or something. I don't know. So that's 30 times 50, which is 1,500.
Sure.
Right? Say 30 of those people. Say 20 of them, which is 66%, walk away with 2 bottles of wine. That's another $40 times 20, $800. So 800 plus 15, that is $2,300 you're making on one tour. Twice a day, so that's almost $5,000 a day. Twice a week, that's $10,000 a week. Over 20 weeks, then that's $200,000 for tours. That's in a perfect world.
Yeah, that's really perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely possible.
Maybe in the current Man Farms world, say it's $1,000 a week. That's amazing. Because that's 20 grand, extra 20 grand you're making. Maybe it's only $1,000 in your pocket after the 20 grand, but you're still getting more people in the door and getting people to try the wine, and they talk to the winemaker.
Yeah, it's brand positive. That's what I think it is. I don't know if it's revenue positive, but I think it's brand positive.
Isn't everything brand positive, revenue positive at the end of the day?
Yes, 100% it
Yeah,
is.
then.
But that's over a long term.
So that's
right.
What,
You
that's
don't know.
what
You don't know what the long term is. You have no clue. Right.
Yeah.
So maybe the goal here is to cover your costs and have it something which is long term. That's my eyes in the Strawberry Festival, but
yeah,
I haven't made it fun enough where people are actually purchasing it. Only person we've had purchase, we had like 15 people purchase it last week. That's cool. It was a good idea and it was excellent. And me, mom, and dad did it. And I recorded a big video on it.
They like the wine at the end.
Yeah, they liked it. They loved trying all of it.
Did they buy any?
They spent like all day here, and then they purchased a bunch of stuff. I think they bought a case.
Really?
Yeah, they bought a case.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, she said she bought a case of wine.
That's pretty good.
So it was awesome.
So that's brand positive.
100%. Yeah, right away. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
I was listening to Hugh's podcast. He talked a lot about to-do lists. This has been in my head for a long time.
Yeah, not mine too. I already create checklists. Yeah. When I went to go get stuff from States, I made a checklist for Jacob, so Jacob could go do it himself, and he did it himself. Yeah. Now he's able to go do it himself. Yeah. That's a big, pretty specific checklist to go to the States, to come back and go through what's it called?
How long did it take you to make that checklist?
I did it while I was doing it. So I went, And I took pictures of me doing what everything I was doing. Then I put it into a folder. That's it.
That's it.
And I provide an explanation and wrote it out, and that's it, done. I don't care. Maybe it takes 2 hours. But still, it takes me 2 hours to go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so done deal. It's hard
That's
to
good.
get it
That's good. Other thing you mentioned that you should value your time based on the gross revenue divided by 2,000 hours.
done. Yeah.
So that was something that brought me back to earth a little bit.
Brought you back to earth?
I don't know. It just gives you perspective.
All of Man Farms isn't predicated on you.
No, I know, but the revenue of the winery is.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
100% is.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where I think that everybody should be thinking about their perspective, how they spend their time.
Yeah, 100%.
That's right.
100%.
So there should be a freaking big ass board that says, okay, this is where people are making money. This is where we're losing money.
Yeah.
Where are you spending your time?
Yeah.
I think about that every single day.
It's the gross revenue, so it doesn't mean anything about the net revenue.
No, exactly. But I think about that every single day.
Yeah.
When people are like arguing over things which don't even make money for the business and spending literally 6 hours and spending other employees' time, so that which is like 6 hours of your time, and you spend all of a sudden 3 hours of someone else's time.
Mm-hmm.
It's 18 hours spent on that freaking one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's one of the weaknesses of the business is that we don't actually pay the key shareholders of the business, so that you don't see a loss.
No, I think
it's structured in a different way. That's all it is.
I think people need to have a realization of where they're spending their time, and that where they're spending their time should not be in fantasy land. It should be spent in areas which actually are exactly what you're saying, is revenue positive.
Yeah.
That's what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Overall health of the business. If you don't have money, what are you gonna do? Your business can't survive.
There's nothing.
Your business can't feed any people. People are upset.
Yeah.
People's morale's down. Can't pay Jason. Jason can't come here. We can't record podcasts and drink beer. Like, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Best believe you better be selling strawberries.
Yeah.
Sales are what straw business is all about.
Sales is oxygen.
100%. Sales are oxygen. Without sales, you're nothing. Right. What's for dinner? Chicken, right?
Yeah.
Should we get out of here?
Let's go.
Alright guys, thank you guys for listening for podcast number 11. We talked about a bunch of different things, some which have to do with wine, my brother's crazy story all the way to Kamloops, and we also talked about how to be a good operator along with what it means to run a successful business, so i.e. sales and being revenue positive. Have a beautiful day guys. If you guys have any comments or feedback, please let us know. Follow us on Instagram at Man Farms and also Facebook at Man Farms.